Hello, dear students. This is your professor, Lázaro Pino Rivero. I will be your instructor during Chemistry 1405. This is fall 2023, and we are at Kingwood campus. Well, my name is, as I told you before, Lázaro Pino Rivero, Bachelor of Science in Chemistry and PhD from the Central University of Las Villas in Cuba. I worked for the Cuban industry for more than 19 years. Professor of Chemistry at the Central University of Las Villas, Miami-Dade College, West Coast University in Miami, and now for almost 3 years, Lone Star College. The office hours, well, we don't have office hours because this is an online edition, but we are going to have a meeting every week if you need it. You can send me an email to lazaro.pinorivero@lonestar.edu, and we are going to meet by Zoom whenever you need assistance. Also, please take into account that you have a place to ask for tutoring. Here you have the link to this place. The required text is this one that you can see here. Is Introductory Chemistry by Sundal and the Coste. You have to buy the code, but you have some free days before you pay. Some students are afraid that they don't have the money immediately. Well, you can begin using it and later you pay for it. It's important that you get also the access to the e-book, because some of the homework and exams that are in this place have a link to the ebook, and then it will be easier for you. Remember, you have a homework every week that worth 15 points. But what is most important is that this is the preparation for the exams. Every exam is 150 points. You have 4 exams, including the final exam. First, you are supposed to read the PowerPoint with the lecture and go to the chapter, to the corresponding chapter in the book, and do the homework. Please do not buy Pivot. I will send you the PowerPoints with the labs. What are the learning outcomes? Well, you're going to learn how to solve problems. You're going to learn how to use the international system. Also, you will identify states of matter and the transitions between them, compare elements, compound, mixtures, apply the law of conservation of matter to balance chemical equations and to do stoichiometric problems. Also, you will see the atomic structure and chemical property of elements and their position in the periodic table. We are going to perform conversions and draw Lewis structure, watch about the shape and polarity of some compounds, and so on. You can see here many things that we are going to learn during this class. The lecture part is 75% of the total grade, and the lab is the rest, 25%. in the lecture, you will have a homework every week, 4 exams, and a research paper. And in the lab, you will have a quiz, a lab report, and a safety project the first week. Here you have the policy for late and makeup work. You can read it, stop the video, or you can go to the um, uh, to the syllabus and you can read it. Well, the best way to be in contact with me is by the email. I will be here the 24 hours of the day from Monday to Friday, and sometimes I can send you answers during the weekends or holidays. You are not supposed to have makeup in exams, but I can change the 0 in one of the exams by the grade of the final exam. Also, I will replace the lowest grade in every category. I mean, homework, quizzes, lab reports, and it will help you to get a better grade. Here you have very important places that you can use in order to understand the or solve some of the problem that you can have during our time here in class. Well, here you have week 1. You are going to go through start here. You are going to in D12, of course. You're going to read the syllabus. You are going to watch this virtual appointment, the one that you're watching right now. And after that, you will read chapter number 1. You are going to do the chapter 1 mastery on all V2, Cengage. That's why it's very important that you buy the code as soon as possible. And you are going to do the safety research project and the lab quiz number 1. All these activities are during this week. Don't hesitate to ask me any question if you have any doubt. Well, here you have the safety research project. You have the part number 1, part number 2. Follow the instructions and do it as soon as possible. And here you have part number 3. You need to answer this question and send me. This is project, the safety project. Well, here you have some important things that you need to know in order to be protective during a lab. These are virtual labs, but you will be in a real one someday. Then you need a lab coat, you need scrub pants, and you need eye protection. These are important things. Also, you need to wear closed shoes. Here you have to protect your skin as much as possible, and it's good for you to wear a lab coat. The hair is supposed to be tied back, And if you have an accident, report it immediately, even though it's a minor accident. The workspace is supposed to be clean. You need to leave everything clean after you finish, and you must return the equipment to the proper place, and uh, be careful with open flames. Also, you need to use the emergency equipment, the chemicals. Well, be careful. They are not supposed to spill your hands or any part of your body. If something happened, then you need to wash your hands or the place you have the chemical, and ask the teacher for instruction. It's very important to use the fume hood when the chemicals produce vapors, and do not remove the reagents bottle from the place they are. Never pour unused chemical back into reagent bottles or lab scenes, and change your gloves as much as possible, and waste disposal chemicals and chemicals in the proper places. Containers, never return the chemical to the original bottles, and always ask your instructor if you have any doubt. Well, why is important chemistry? Well, because all what is around you is a chemical. The new materials, the new medicines, the new energy resources, the food supplies, the environmental protection, everything depends on chemistry. That's why chemistry is so important. No matter what you're going to study, chemistry will be there in some way. Well, we say that chemistry is the science that deals with materials of the universe and the changes that these materials undergo. I say chemistry is the center of science because it has to be with any other subjects. It is very important solving a chemical problem. Recognize the problem and state it clearly, making an observation. Propose possible solutions to the problem or possible explanation for the observation. This is what we call hypothesis. And decide which of the solution is the best, or decide whether the explanation proposed is fine or not. How? Performing an experiment. If the experiment says that your explanation, your hypothesis is okay, go on. But if not, you have to formulate a new one. Science is a framework for gaining and organizing knowledge, procedure for processing and understanding certain types of information. Scientists are always challenging our current beliefs about science, asking questions, and experimenting to gain new knowledge. That's why we need what we call the scientific method. The scientific method begins by the observation then you formulate the hypothesis, and using an experiment, you will say if your hypothesis is okay or not. If not, you have to begin by the beginning. After that, you can get a law, or you can make a model. The model will modify the theory, but also you can make a prediction by making experiments. Every time this cycle will go on and on and on, and the theory will changes from 1 second to another second, because the science knowledge is changing exponentially every second. Here is important to know what is a law, what is a hypothesis, and what is a theory or model. Then you can stop the video and you can read here in order to know what is every one of them. What are the learning chemistry? Well, you need to learn the vocabulary, you need to memorize important information, you need to learn and practice problem solving, you need to learn from your mistakes, and you need to ask questions. That's why I'm here. You can send me an email and you ask me, Professor, I don't understand it. Then I will explain you by email, or we can meet by Zoom at any time. This is my email. Then don't hesitate to ask me anything at any time. I'll be waiting. I will be waiting for your email telling me your full name, if you have studied chemistry before, what your goals are, if you work or study or both. And well, thank you for your time. Here is your professor, Dr. Pino, and I will be here at any time for you. Thank you very much.